When I'm looking at wide receivers, here's some of the things that I'm going to look at. I'm looking at his size, length, strength, physical tools. People laugh at me when they've said fluidity. That's what here on my list. Fluidity. Is he smooth or rigid? Toughness, hand size, hand strength. Pluck ability. Now I'm not gonna point this out, but these are the evaluation that I'm looking at. Pluck ability has to do with hands. When I say he body catches it, I'm talking about that plucking. Plucking a football with confidence out of the air. Movement off the ball. Escape press. Acceleration. Burst, suddenness, speed, quickness, drop away, in and out of cuts. Hips around attacking the ball. Ability to get deep. Ability to separate. Route running / polish. Tempo. Can he change it up? Body movement. Adjustment to the ball. Tracking ability. Can he track the football? Make tough catches. Leaping ability. Ball skills. Contested catches. Catch radius. Hand placement. Here's the other two. The ones I like. Is he a natural catcher? And circus catching. Now here's some of the things that you need to, they have it under here. That's how we have it. Position must. As a wide receiver, then it has slot, and then the most important part. Fourth wide receiver. And this is something I was rereading it, going over it, something that they say. Must have position flexibility to play both inside and outside. X, Z, or F. Must have good football intelligence to learn with few reps. That's the fourth wide receiver. So you got to know everything without actually doing anything. Think about that. This is something that really stood out to me that I want to emphasize when you're the fourth wide receiver. This is a young buck. I'm doing some workouts tomorrow with some guys here locally. And I'm going to emphasize this. You must be mature to understand and embrace his limited role in the offense as a fourth wide receiver. You have to be okay with you not getting reps and understand that the guy before you happens to be named Justin Jefferson. Sure. So you ain't getting no reps, sucker.
The guy behind him is Jordan Addison, so good luck.
The guy behind him, Jordan Addison, who's a first-round pick too.
Right, yeah.
So you ain't getting no reps. So stop crying. Last part, fourth wide receiver. I'm going to say this in monotone voice, like a coach. Must be able to contribute on special teams. Mm-hmm. That is the last must. You must do that if you're the fourth wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Must have savviness to overcome some physical limitations to get open and catch the football. So all y'all sitting around on the YouTube that trying to do your stuff and talk about, man, he's limited, but he can. That's what's required as a fourth wide receiver. To develop and know your deficiencies and be able to do it. I'm going to summarize a little bit before we end this. My big board of 2024.
What a treat.
Okay. You obviously know Marvin Harrison Jr.
Heard of him.
I never heard of him before. So I have just a few notes on here. What you're going to hear from me is what makes him so good. He's not perfect. But what makes him so good, you will hear. Malik Nabers, we'll talk about him next week.
Yeah.
Odunze, 6'3", 215. Watching some film on him. The problem I have with him right now is throughout the season, they didn't play a lot of great competition. That's been the knock on why they were in the national championship. Mm-hmm. However, he played Washington State, Portland State. There's some games where he did well. There's some games he just did okay. Like him. Mm-hmm. Guy I think that's more interesting than him is Polk.
Yeah, Jalen.
Yes. Coleman from Florida State. 6'4", 215. Watching him, watching some things. He does some good things. Good things. Not gonna tip my hat. Okay. Mitchell from Texas. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
So folks not, the hook 'em horn, so folks not gonna like it. But I'm gonna just tell you right now, 90% body catcher. That's what I wrote. 90% body catcher. You can get mad at me for saying it. I'm just telling you what my eyes can see. And
Right.
yes, I'm wearing my glasses when I'm watching film. So I just want y'all to know. Okay? Xavier
Worthy.
Legette.
Oh,
Legette.
Legette, yeah, South Carolina.
My comp right now, when you want to know who he reminds me of?
Debo?
Nope.
Okay, let's hear it then.
DK Metcalf.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Slightly better.
At this stage or today, head to head? At this stage of DK's career or like DK right
Metcalf, slightly better. That's all I'm saying. Worthy. He's a body catcher.
The other Xavier, yeah. That's...
Yep. Xavier Worthy. Hook 'em horns.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. 6'1". After Thanksgiving, he's 172 pounds. You want to know what my comp is? Taller version than Tank Dell.
Okay. All right.
You like that, don't you?
Well, cause I always try and think. I mean, I'm stuck in size comparisons, so I was trying to think like all I know about Worthy is he's very fast. You know what I mean? So
see, you're stuck in size. I'm saying that's
no
the first
for
thing.
sure.
The first thing I thought was like, bro, I'm watching Tank Dell, just a taller version.
I mean, we came from the Legette. it was a perfect.
You got swole bones.
The smallest of bones. Yeah.
You got swole bones to sticks.
yeah.
Jalen Polk, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you here's what he is to me. He's a dog mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a dog with damn rabies. He got some dog in him that you just don't see. I'm foaming at the mouth. You ain't gonna put him out the pasture like old Yeller, but you're gonna get with him. Kid from Georgia, like him. I like him. I gotta watch both years, but very savvy.
Yeah.
Really good. Thomas Jr. for LSU.
Yeah.
He's growing on me. I still gotta watch a little bit more.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, possibly. I'm going on record today. The kid from Western Kentucky.
So I was hoping you were going to say Malachi Corley. That's right.
Malachi Corley is.
Mm-hmm.
He is my steal of the draft. Just right now. He's not only the best player on his team.
Mm-hmm. He is the team.
He is the team, but he got that dog in him too.
He sure does. Yeah.
One of the things I already noticed when I was watching this film, though, he's gonna have to learn how to put the ball in both hands. He only puts the ball in one hand.
Okay.
What I wrote on here after watching a little bit of his film, I said I want to go back and watch his whole entire game against Ohio State.
Okay.
That's the game I want to watch. I want to see how he does against better talent. Because I think he's going to get clumped. Yeah. He's going to get clumped into he didn't play any good competition. He didn't. But the competition he did play on, he was doing this the whole game. Little guy, little guy, little guy.
Yeah.
He is the dude that he is the steal of the draft thus far that I've seen already.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Troy Franklin from
Colorado
Oregon.
State. Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking of the other Troy.
Troy Franklin from Oregon.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Jordan Addison.
Okay.
That's my comp. That's how I see him. But I tell you a guy that I'm watching right now who's a junior. I don't believe he's coming out. Tez Washington. Washington.
Oh, Tez Walker?
No, Johnson, number 15
oh, gotcha.
for Oregon. He's next year. I'm already telling you right now. He's 5'10". That boy can play.
Okay.
I'm watching him next year. I'm watching Troy Franklin and going, who the hell is 15?
Yeah.
I like 15. I kind of like 15 over Franklin.
Yeah.
Just saying the way he plays. Okay. Now here, this is where you some people gonna get a little butt hurt. Johnny Wilson,
Florida
my
State.
man, number 14 for Florida State, 6'7", 237 pounds. He is not a good multitasker. That boy can't chew gum and tie his shoe at the same time. It's struggling. Some people, when you look at the size, 6'7", 237 pounds, we hear this word. We heard it by a lot of people. He's a freak. Maybe at night, but it ain't on the football field. I'm just tell you. I'm in my bag right now, just to let you know.
I love it.
All right. Mr. Rice. Jerry Rice's son.
USC.
That's what people go associate him. My comp. I've never seen anyone outside of him and this other guy that I'm referring. He is Isaiah Pacheco. He runs his route harder than anyone known to mankind, bro. I was watching his film. So when I watch him with my laptop, I have my PlayStation controller so I could zip through. My daughter went back. She said, "Why is he running so hard, Dad?"
Who's he mad at? Yeah.
I said, I thought it was me. She said, "Man, just the hand and gyrations of the head. He looks like he's gonna get a crick in his neck. That's how hard he's running." Oh man! All right. Walker from UNC, Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
He's quick and fast. He needs to focus on catching the ball a little bit better. 6'3", 200 pounds. I know he was behind the 8 ball, but
NCAA kind of screwed him over this year. But...
Yes, he did. I think he should have went back in college. I think he came out too early, and I think his draft stock is dropping as we speak. As I'm talking right now, his draft stock is dropping. When he gets to the combine, I just even talked to some guys. They said, man, he should have went back to college. I don't think he's going to be – he's ranked 18th right now. PFF has him as 101. I think he's a day – he may be a day 2 guy or day 3. He's going to be in the 4th round.
I think he goes – I think after the combine especially, he comes back into that day 2 conversation. But
no, he won't.
Well, what I'm saying is if his quarterbacks –
if they get him –
his quarterback's going top 3 in this draft. I can understand why he didn't want to go back one more year.
He should have went back because
or should have transferred then. He should have transferred. Yeah.
I think it's too much.
Why would I trust the NCAA to do me right this time when they just didn't last year? You know what I mean? I get why he's like, I'm done with them.
His draft stock is dropping. Okay. Horton from Colorado State.
Yeah, the other Troy. Yeah.
104. I think he's going to move up. He's ranked 18th. I think he's going to move up.
He dominated that game against Colorado. That was the only time I watched Colorado State last year, but he felt like the best player on the field for either team that game.
Trey Harrison, I like him. I think he's moving up as well. Wilson from Michigan, he's ranked 22nd. I think he's going to move up. I was very impressed with him.
He made every play that Michigan needed. Like, he just seems like a guy. If he ends up on the Chiefs, forget about it. I'd be horrified.
Yep. A guy who's going under the radar, watch a little bit of his tape, and he really jumped out to me at the Senior Bowl. The kid from Florida, little wide receiver, Ricky.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Pearsall?
Ricky Pearsall. I like him. His stock is rising. Just on my radar, on my evaluation, his stock is rising.
During the Senior Bowl, I saw a lot of people say he is a prototypical Patriot, which for any other position would be a good thing. Wide receiver, we don't identify them well, so I hope for his case that's not the case. Yeah.
Another guy that I got to look at is going in memory.
What school?
I saw him at the Senior Bowl, and he made me write his name down. Baker. I don't know what school he's from. Might be not Virginia, though. Man, bro, he got here's what I wrote. Does too much at the line. Just go, bro.
Okay.
Just go. Another guy from Washington State, Smith Wade, that corner. Like him. Gonna do a breakdown of him.
Okay.
Like him. And Tulane Jackson, the wide receiver for Tulane, he sparked some interest. I like him. Sparked some interest in me. I like him.
All right.
I gotta do some more investigative work on him.
But so far, Jha'Quan Jackson. So far, your overall feeling, if you're a team in need of a wide receiver, do you feel like this is a good draft to go find someone? Early stages.
Yeah, it's definitely a good draft to go get someone. Well, the fact of the matter is the draft is here, so it doesn't even matter if it's a good draft or not. This is who you are. What you have to do. Here's where guys get in trouble. You could be a really good player in college and get bamboozled because the team that drafts you doesn't have a good coach or they put you out of position. One of the best things that you can do as a scout is you got to figure out, how does this player fit into our system? Mm-hmm. And this year, what I'm going to try to do, there's some players that I'm going to say, you know what, I like this kid. And based off what has happened in free agency,
right?
Like a Cincinnati Bengals, if they lose Todd Boyd, if they lose Boyd, T. Higgins, if they lose those two guys, you got Charlie Jones, he's going to be in there. He's in the mix. He's going to be your slot receiver. He's playing punt return.
Yeah.
He has some injuries, so he didn't get a chance to really show what he could do.
Yeah.
That's a team that could benefit if those guys leave some of these players in the draft. Mm-hmm. That's the team that I can look at.
Okay.
Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Baltimore Ravens.
For sure.
Unfortunately, you heard some stuff with my guy Zay Flowers, mm-hmm. right? The Jacksonville Jaguars, Zay Flowers, and
Calvin Ridley.
No.
Oh.
Zay Jones and Christian Kirk are the same players, meaning they are the physically same players, but meaning how they're utilized in that offense. You got to choose one to pick and get a totally different guy after that.
Right.
One of the things that I pointed out that I think this is going to be very interesting right now, some teams right now, why they don't get a receiver is the question of this. Is he an X or is he a Z? How does he fit with us? Are we missing this type of player? That's why some teams are not getting some of these players, these receivers that you want. Marvin Harrison is going to be an interesting dilemma if the Arizona Cardinals do not get him. Mm-hmm. He may drop not because he can't play, because the team need. What I would love to see is a Marvin Harrison on the Detroit Lions. But here's the problem.
Yeah.
They need an X. They didn't draft some players because they already have those players. So what does the team need? Here's the thing that I'm learning about college that's interesting. There are less and less X receivers in college. An X receiver is not on the ball. I mean, not off the ball. He's on the ball. He's a guy who has to create he's like in soccer, they call, a striker. He has to create his own shot. X receiver has to be creative, a leverage, understands how to run a route. Guess what, folks? That's not a lot of college kids today. Not because they can't. They have been taught not to because of the systems that they're in.
Right.
The system is, hey, we're only going to play half of the field this play, so you don't have to run. You remember some of the knock on some of the Baylor players back in the day?
Oh, sure.
Because they were told, hey, you're dead on this play. Don't even run the route. They would be running a pass route and they just stand there. Mm-hmm. That's not their fault. That's what they're being coached.
Right.
They're not being coached fundamentally how to win and play football. They're being coached how to run and win in my offense, in my play.
Yeah.
So when they get to the league, they got to undo some of that. So remember all those people talking about, this kid, Jalen Hyatt. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's fast. He could do this. Steve, you don't know what you're talking about. Where'd he go?
Giants.
He won the third round.
Yeah. Oh, right.
How did they use him? Off the ball. again, I'm not ranking my guys, but I'm gonna tell you if their stock is raised, is in the green, are they neutral, are they stock dropping?